Damien, great to be joining you here in the sunshine at Tolka Park, but can we just reflect on last week for a second? Was it more of a point gained than 2 lost?
I think there's a couple of ways you could look at it. Obviously, Pats at home, they're looking to gain all 3 points, steamroll teams at home. They obviously didn't do it. So here, it was a good solid point, but I think as the game wore on, you look over, back in the game, over a 100-minute game, especially the way we played the second half, I think we had the better chances. You could argue it was 2 points dropped, but listen, a good solid point. We move on, we bounce into Friday.
Some injuries going around the squad, and obviously you asked some players to step up. Were you pleased that they were able to kind of take charge and I suppose fulfil the promise that you put into them, that they, you got a draw out of it?
Yeah, incredible. Listen, all our injury concerns really are in the back line. They were last week. Hopefully have a couple back this week. So yeah, what the jobs that the guys did against a very dangerous attacking team, they were fabulous. And then you bring the whole starting 11 and the subs that came on, working hard for each other. Defending starts from the front. Our boys bought into it. That's what we're all about. That's what top teams are about. They did it really well.
I know one of your mentors used to say that you, against your rivals, you win your home games and you don't lose the away games. Is that something you would share?
I guess subconsciously that's why it was probably a good solid point, and you could argue Pat's dropped too, but like I said, we haven't dwelled on it too long, because already we've been planning since here last Saturday, last Sunday for Bohs. So yeah, there's a lot of positives to take out of it. Our defensive setup, how well we moved the ball around and moved the opposition around in the second half. A lot of positives to take into it. Okay, can we adapt it and move into this Friday and put in a dominant display, because we're at home.
I know Mark Coyle was talking about it last week, saying that coming into this season as defending champions, teams are setting up differently against you. Do you find that, and had you planned for that?
Yeah, we knew teams are probably going to respect us more, because I always thought there was maybe a slight disrespect towards us over the 3 years, and certainly even on the run in last year, or they won't do it, or they won't get over the line. Here we did, but no, just in black and white, teams are coming and setting up in back fives. They're setting up different than they usually would, so here it is a sign of respect, you'd say, and it's up to us to figure out how to break it down and enjoy that pressure. It's a different pressure.
The Bohs game against Sligo, I'm sure you've watched it by now. What did you make of that? It seemed a bit mad, 4-2.
Yeah, well, here, obviously Sligo were missing something in the air at the minute. Most clubs seem to be missing a lot of big players. Sligo, down to the bare bones, put on a good display. Bohs out of traps, as you'd expect, at home. Daily Mount 2-0 up after 5 minutes. Here, the biggest standout for me at the minute is their shape change over the last 2 games. They've more injuries now. Are they going to keep it? Can they keep it? Will they keep it? So, listen, it was a big win for them. We know they had to win, you'd say. We're home, and whether we're home or away, i.e. last week Pats, Richmond, or home here against Bohemians, we want and expect to win.
It's not quite the start they would have hoped for. They made some good signings in the summer. Do you think, or in the close season, do you think the new additions are just finding their feet, and that Bohs are maybe slightly taking their time to come together?
Yeah, possibly. Here, only they'll know that, but here, it's something I could maybe echo about our guys. We obviously won the league last year, only 4 or 5 months ago. If you count off games, it's only 9 games ago, and we're a new team. Granted, we're working off injuries, players out, but also, there's some big new players in the building. So even last week, you're finishing the game, Meepo's up top, Ellis, Kerr, they weren't here 3 months ago, and they're expected to play a big role in the team. So you could say they've new faces, a new team. Is it the joys of League of Ireland football? Always a big turnaround here. Ideally, we don't want to get there, but we knew at the end of last season that we had to evolve and improve the squad again. We did that, and I think lads are continuously growing into their role.
You talked about the edge in that Dublin Derby against Bohs. Is that because Tolka Park will be full, the edge between the fans? That all adds to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, home or away, that edge is there, and it's a beautiful edge, as I referenced last week, Richmond Park, because instead of making our guys run quicker. I thought it was making them run slower. That tension, that edge, that pressure, it ended up us playing with a slight apprehension. So it's a fine line. The nerves, the pressure, it can drive you or slow you down slightly. So it's just getting on the right side of it. So yes, there'll be an edge here against Bohs. Brilliant edge and dugout, stands, pitch, fabulous. You chose the right game. What can I say?
Good stuff. And listen, just finally, injuries. Any updates for us?
No, as I said to Darren, you do a whole separate piece on injuries with us at the minute, like most clubs. So I'll just be letting people know when there's something to know, but at the minute there's nothing.
Grant, you can text us on Friday.
Thank you.